Once, in a quiet village surrounded by endless green fields, lived a young man named Arav. Arav had a dream: to become a great writer. His heart was full of ideas, and his mind overflowed with imagination. But there was one thing missing: consistency. Every few days, he would start something new, only to leave it unfinished. One week, he'd begin a story and quit after 2 pages. Another week, he'd start a journal and give up after 3 days. Weeks passed, then months. His dreams remained alive, but his actions? Scattered like torn pages in the wind. One evening, tired and frustrated with himself, Arav walked down to the riverside, hoping the calm water would quiet his noisy thoughts. There, near the soft flowing river, Arav saw an old sculptor carving shapes into a large rock, using nothing but a small chisel. Curious, Arav asked, "Baba, how long have you been working on this rock?" The old man smiled and said, "Every day, for 1 hour, for the past 2 years." Arav was stunned. 2 years? With such a tiny tool? "How did you not get tired? Didn't you lose hope?" he asked. The old man looked at him kindly and said, "My son, this chisel alone could never break the stone. But my consistency, my daily effort, that's what makes the impossible possible." He continued, "The rock doesn't change with one strike, but every strike counts. It's not the force of one blow, but the repetition of many that shapes it." Those words struck Arav deeper than the chisel struck the rock. That night, Arav couldn't sleep. The old man's words echoed in his mind. He realized he had always wanted results without patience. He dreamed big, but never stayed long enough to see them grow. So the next morning, Arav made a promise to himself. He wouldn't try to write a whole book at once. He would write just 1 page a day, no matter what. The first week was easy. His pen danced on the paper. But soon, doubt crept in. Some nights he felt tired. Some mornings, he felt uninspired. Yet he remembered the sculptor's words: "Every strike counts." So even on his hardest days, he wrote at least a few lines. And slowly, his pages began to pile up. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And before he knew it, Arav's small desk was filled with hundreds of pages. He had finally completed his first book. But the story didn't end there. He sent his manuscript to publishers, and one by one, they rejected it. For a moment, those old doubts returned. The voice inside whispered, "Maybe you're not good enough." But this time, Arav didn't stop. He remembered the old man's wisdom. So, he kept writing. Another page, another story, another attempt. Each rejection only sharpened his focus. Each day, his words grew stronger. After 2 years of steady effort, something amazing happened. One of his books was finally accepted. Within months, people began reading his stories across the country. His words inspired thousands. When Arav returned to the riverside, the old sculptor was there, smiling. Arav bowed and said, "Baba, you were right. It wasn't one big moment that changed my life. It was what I did every single day." The old man nodded and said softly, "That, my son, is the power of consistency. So remember this: success doesn't come from what you do once in a while. It comes from what you do every single day. Like drops of water carving stone, or the chisel shaping rock. Your steady efforts, no matter how small, will create something extraordinary